Hey there, my name's Leo. Today is the 18th of February. It's a Sunday. Tomorrow I actually begin a coding bootcamp. It's called Rhythm School. As you can probably tell by my voice, I'm from Australia. I'm here in San Francisco. I've decided to make a move to San Fran to pursue a career as a software engineer. I'm going to be blogging about my experiences, how I'm going, and probably explain whether or not you should do this. So I understand there's not many Australians that would actually make the move to San Francisco to actually do the coding bootcamp, although it's not completely unheard of. I do know a couple of people that have done this. So I haven't been able to find very much information about people that come here and do things like that. So I thought I'd blog about it and perhaps it might help someone else. This is completely unscripted, this is completely unedited. I just don't have the time to do anything like that, and I do apologize in advance if the production quality is not that fantastic. It's being recorded on my video camera here, and I have no fancy equipment, just a bit of a little bit of intelligent use of what I've got around me, including lamps and things like that. But yeah, no, this is completely impromptu and unscripted. So I'll get into the reason why I'm here. So I'm 28 years old. I came to the United States of America first when I was 20. I went to Babson College in Boston. I had a wonderful, wonderful time. I really fell in love with the United States of America. I've always been very fond of the country, and even more so after meeting a lot of lovely American people at college. They became friends of mine, and we've kept in touch over the years. Ever since then, I was 20 then, now I'm 28, I've always had the itch to come back. It's always been something I wanted to do. And in my 20s, I was lucky. I had a good career. I worked in client relations and sales roles for the last 7 or 8 years, and did reasonably well out of it. And just got to the point where I didn't see myself doing this type of work long term anymore. As much as I was enjoying it, I needed to switch things up. I think most people that have made a career change can probably relate to that. For me as a 28-year-old, having never changed careers before, that was quite something to swallow, if I could put it that way. It's interesting that when you've built up a bunch of career skills over 7 or 8 years and you need to completely retrain yourself, it's a little bit daunting, let alone moving countries at the same time. So, interesting experience, to say the least. So, so for the last 7 or 8 years, I always wanted to move back, and I tried to start a business last year, and it didn't go so well. My friend, who was a web developer, had a sudden change in circumstances, and he couldn't continue with the business. So I tried to pick up from where he left, and I did a pretty horrible job. And eventually, that came around to me trying to learn how to code, and I started learning in November last year. Just as context again, if you weren't following before, today's the 18th of February 2018, and I started coding for the very first time, really, about mid-November last year. So, very new to this. So I ended up doing a pre-course with a company called Hack Reactor. It's one of the more well-known boot camps here. Did Hack Reactor as pre-course online when I was in when I was in Melbourne. Did that for a month online. I had to wake up at 4 in the morning Australian time to do the 9 a.m. class at Hack Reactor. But I did that for a month. I only missed one day, which I was pretty proud of. And I came further than I thought, and I actually kind of enjoyed it. So I'm here now. We start class tomorrow. I'm cautiously optimistic that things will go well. And I'm just going to blog about how it goes. I'm going to be as honest as I can be with these sort of things that you publish online. Unfortunately, you can't be completely brutally honest because this is publicly available to everyone. I will do my best to not mention names and get people in trouble and such, but I will tell you that I am attending Rhythm School, which is a really cool niche boot camp in downtown San Francisco. Currently it's in Mission, but we're about to move to closer to the Transamerica building in the next month or so, if that all works out. And it's an interesting boot camp because it's only got 16 people per cohort. A lot of the other ones like Hack, Reactor, Galvanize and such, they have boot camps which are 20, 30, 40 or so people in one class with one instructor, and no one that's falling behind in the work would ever have a chance to catch up, which was kind of a fear of mine as this is new to me. So I wanted that a little bit of extra tender loving care. So that's one of the main motivators for me doing Rhythm School instead of any of the others. So this has been quite a long introduction video. I appreciate you taking the time to view it. I'll continue to vlog this every few days or every week or so. We'll see how we go. And I hope you come along for the ride. My long-term goal actually is to gain some employment out of this, and be interesting to see how this goes. Anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch this. We'll see you around the next one.